Happy Frugal Friday, friends! I'm always telling you on this channel all the things that I do as a frugal person, but I realize I don't tell you what I don't do. This is actually quite a common topic in the frugal living community. Today I thought I'd dive in. I've done this kind of video for you a couple times in the past and you love it. I love reading your comments on these. I'm always looking to see what the latest and greatest is in the frugal community, and I found this article that I thought we could go through together and we could see if I'm doing these things or not as a frugal person. And I hope at the end you will let me know if you do these things or you don't, or at least pick one and let me know. I want to share with you, if you're new to this channel, I am a frugal person. I am a person that practices minimalism, but I am not extreme on any end of the spectrum of frugality or minimalism. I am not extreme frugal and I'm not extreme minimalist, and whatever your perception is of that, I'm a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I mix it all up and make it Kate style. And that's what I highly recommend for you too. So if you're listening to this list and you're like, wait, I do that, don't feel bad, make it your own. The article I picked today is called 20 Perfectly Normal Things Frugal People Don't Do. It's by a woman named Laura, and the blog that this comes from is Savvy Personal Finance. I will leave the link down below if you like her content so you can click on it and read some more. The first of the 20 perfectly normal things frugal people don't do is always pay full price. This is definitely one that I don't do. I very rarely ever pay full price. The one thing recently that I paid full price for is my new Apple computer, which you guys helped me decide what was the most important thing when I shared those 5 things that I really wanted to purchase in 2021. You guys all weighed in, and computer was at the top of almost every single one of your comments, and I totally agreed. It was really necessary for my business, and I'm so glad I decided to do it. But I did pay full price. Apple is not really much in the market of discounts, and that is what I wanted, and that has been a great decision, and I'm very happy I went for it. Number 2 is ignore maintenance. I'll be truthful. I'm terrible at this. In my adult life, I've gotten better, but I'm still not great. This means you should be making sure your car has proper checkups, make sure everything's running right, oil changes, tire rotations. You should be making sure you're getting your well visits at the doctor and making sure your dental appointments. I have gotten much better. I go to the dentist at least twice a year. The car, though, I'm notorious for that little light going on and me driving just a little further to see how far I can go. Like I said, I've gotten better, but ignoring maintenance is a bad idea. We should be taking care of those things that we value regularly for our health and to save money so things don't break down. Number 3 is pay late fees. I never pay late fees, knock on wood. Firstly, most of my bills are on auto pay, so I can't even imagine why I'd have a late fee. But there has been a couple situations in the past where it was like a new card or something and I hadn't set it up and it slipped my mind. And that's when you call and beg for forgiveness. Luckily, if you've built a reputation of always paying on time, if you ever let one slip past the goalie and you get a late fee, call them up and say, hey, look, I made a mistake. I always pay my bill on time. Would you be willing to please waive this fee one time for me? Pretty please. And they normally will if you are not accustomed to having late fees all the time. If you're a habitual offender, the situation could be different. Number 4 is skip credit card payments. I would never. That actually gives me anxiety just thinking about it. Missing a credit card payment, I'm getting tight in the chest here. No. First of all, I don't have a ton of credit cards, but I always pay everything off monthly. I would never skip. No. I wouldn't do it. Number 5 is ignore clearance racks. This is an interesting one to me. While I wouldn't say I would ignore them, I would probably say I don't see them that often. I don't really go to stores just looking around for stuff unless I really need it. So if I were intentionally going to shop for something specific, then yeah, I would check out a clearance rack for sure. But I wouldn't limit it only to the clearance rack. But I would like to do a nice little walk by, a little sort through to see if I can find anything there first. Why buy a similar thing full price if I can get it on clearance? Of course, I would think that through. But truthfully, I'm not in physical stores that often these days, obviously because what's been going on. So that helps. Number 6 is think bigger is better. There are some occasions where bigger can be better, but in general, thinking that you have to have the biggest house or you have to have the biggest SUV car or you have to have the biggest screen TV, as a frugal person, right, I don't always think that that's true. Warehouse clubs. The gallon of mayo at the warehouse store may be a great deal when priced per ounce, but exactly how long will it take you to get through that and how much room will the jar take up? I like taking into account all these little thoughts that tend to add up. So bigger isn't always better. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Number 7 is not stock the freezer. I'm getting dinged on this one also. My freezer is not stocked. It has some things in it, but it's not jam-packed, I'll be truthful. If there are good deals on whatever you're shopping for and you can freeze some, I'm all for it. But I don't just keep the freezer stocked for the sake of having a stocked freezer. I'm very intentional with my food shopping, as you know. Sometimes I have a little bit more in my freezer, sometimes I don't. That's just me. Number 8 is waste food. Yes, as a frugal person, I really try to avoid this, and I'm really trying to instill this thought into Kaden also so that he knows that we don't waste food. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of resources, and I'm very passionate about trying not to waste food whenever possible. Number 9 is buy the latest gadgets. That's something that I don't always do, except maybe for my business. Like I just told you, I did buy this computer recently after working on this teeny tiny laptop for years. But I don't get a new iPhone every time it comes out. I don't own an iWatch. That's not something that I get really swept up in, the newest, the latest gadgets. I don't need it. I don't look for it. That's something I definitely don't do. Number 10 is have cable. This one just makes me laugh. I haven't had cable in years, and I feel like when people talk about frugality, the first question is, have you cut cable yet? Yeah, of course. I did years and years ago. Like I said, I don't think about that one much anymore. I don't miss it. I have some streaming services that work great for me, and I haven't had cable in years. Again, I just want to make it clear, if cable is very important to you, then you should have cable and scrimp on something else that is less important to you. I'm all about having everything that you want, but not wasting money, time, and energy on things that you don't really care about. Number 11 is getting food from a vending machine. A vending machine? That's so funny. I don't even see vending machines very often anymore. But mostly, as you know, it's primarily junk food, candy, nothing of nutritional value whatsoever. So I would say, yeah, I very rarely, if ever, get stuff out of vending machines anymore. I'm not completely opposed. In a pinch, I really need something, but mostly no. Number 12 is spending money versus spending time with kids. This is something if every parent can learn early on in parenthood, and I'm not telling anyone how to parent, please, I'm not going there. We are grown adults and you parent the way you want to. But I will share in my own experience that my son wants my time over things. But when they're little, it is so fun to surprise them with little trinkets and treasures that they get so excited about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I didn't. I used to buy Kaden, oh my gosh, when he went through his Zoom Zoom phase, those little Disney characters, when I would come home with a new Zoom Zoom, the look on his face used to just make me so happy. But really, it made me feel like I was being a good parent. Like, oh, look at how happy I was able to make him. When in reality, he was just as happy running around with me, wrestling with me, playing with his stuffed animals with him, finding out that spending quality time with your kid is far more valuable than anything you could ever possibly offer them is a relief. That's all they want is your time. Will you have times where you spend money and buy them things? Of course. But just know it's not necessarily more valuable than the time you spend with them. That's what they want the most. I know this. Number 13 is buying name brands for the perceived quality of the name brand. There are some things that I like to buy name brand. To name a few, I prefer Tide for washing my clothes, and I prefer Skippy peanut butter for peanut butter. These are two things that I'm just thinking off the top of my head that I very rarely, if ever, reach for something else except for laundry. You know my favorite laundry detergent. I will leave it in the link down below, but it's way too expensive to get regularly, so that's a splurge, that's a treat, that's my favorite. But on the regular, Tide is my favorite. It always has been the one I go to, and this is not sponsored in any way. Tide, if you're listening, holla. But Tide and Skippy, they're just part of the home fabric in my life. I buy a lot of generic things. In most cases, it's literally the same thing. So yeah, I buy a lot of generic, and don't get too caught up on name brands, except for a few things. Number 14 is forget to comparison shop. This is something I kind of automatically do. I think because I've been frugal for so long, I kind of know what things cost for the most part, unless I'm researching something brand new. But like as far as grocery wise, I know roughly what I'm gonna spend on each item. There's a lot of people that just go to the grocery store. They don't know what a good deal is on chicken. They don't know what a good deal is on cereal. They don't know. They just see it, they grab it, they don't compare. I feel like over time, I have come to know the prices of things and kind of just do this automatically. Number 15 of things frugal people don't do is improvise dinner every night. As you guys know, if you've been watching me, I am a meal plan-ish kind of girl. I will leave my video for my capsule kitchen and how I manage that in the description down below for more details on how I meal plan-ish. But in general, I don't do full meal plan. People with larger families or people that just like having that plan, because it is effective, may do that. But me, just being me and Kaden, I don't meal plan and make sure we have to have this on Monday. We have to have this on Tuesday. We have to have this on Wednesday. I get a variety of meals, and that night I'll just be like, hey, do you want spaghetti tonight or do you want beans or whatever? And he'll just say, oh, I feel like this. So I don't say, we have to have this every night. I'm a little bit more flexible because truth be told, I never know what I'm gonna feel like eating. So I just like that flexibility. But I also don't buy everything in the world and have like a million options every night. I find this helps with the budget and decision making, having narrower choices, but still choices. Number 16 is always call the repairman. This one, again, I will try to fix something if I can, but more than likely, I will call someone. I want it done right and not the way I rig it up and end up costing me more money in the end. That's just me. Some people are more handy, some people are more hands-on. This is not my strong suit. I accept that. Plus, if it's plumbing or heating related, I work for a plumbing and heating company and far more trust what they're able to accomplish in my home than what I could do. And I know it'll get done right. Number 17 is have an expensive gym membership. I've had a variety of gym memberships over the years, some a little bit more expensive, some dirt cheap. But currently, after what's happened this year, I have no gym membership and I'm cool with that. Again, if a gym membership is important to you, you really get a lot of value of going to the gym. You go to the gym often, you use it, you are improving your health. It really brings you joy, it brings you value. Keep that gym membership and scrimp on something else that doesn't. For people that are using a gym membership and it's effective, find a way to keep it by spending less on something else that is not bringing you the value that gym membership does. Number 18 is window shop with money. Again, I don't really window shop that often, but I do browse online. This is kind of like what we've talked about before. Amazon, for example, is an easy place to overspend, especially if all your credit card information is saved. Click, click, click. Purchase can be dangerous if this is a habit of yours. So choose wisely. If you are online window shopping, always be intentional in your purchases. Physical window shopping, I rarely do it. Like I said, truth be told, if I'm going shopping, it is with intention of getting something. So I don't just usually just walk around to look at things. Not often, maybe once in a while, but more than likely if I go into Target, I have a mission. So I do have money on me because I intend to spend. Number 19 is delay investing. Oh, you guys, I've talked about this a million times. If I could only go back into my teens and 20s and tell myself, girl, invest. You know that 401k they're gonna offer you at your first job? Do it. But I didn't. And do I wish I did? Yes. Am I happy now that I'm in the investing game, just even a little bit? Yes. Compound interest, as everyone says, is a thing, and it is a thing, and it's a great thing. So if you can get in on investments early, a 401k, a 403b, your Roth IRA, do it. I think it will be worth it. Number 20 is forget to have fun. Heck no. You guys know I don't forget that. That's actually what my channel is about. Making frugality fun, making frugal living fun. Being frugal is fun. As I always say, you can have whatever you want. You can spend money wherever you want. But in order to do that, you have to be willing to spend less money on things that are not important in your life. And you have to take the time to evaluate that. I really enjoyed reading this article. I hope you did too. Now is your turn. Please leave in the comments something that frugal people don't do in your opinion. I love reading through the comments and seeing what you come up with. If you like this kind of content, slam that thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified each time I upload. If you're not part of the K-Squad Sundays book club, please consider joining us live every single Sunday as we discuss the book of the month. We'd love to see you there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.